Hello, and welcome to the Coins Explorer YouTube channel. Here, we explore the world of coins, coin news, coin errors, market reports, and my personal favorite, coin investing. Today, we're going to be talking about a coin that you absolutely need to know about. It's the 1982 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark. We will review the history of this Roosevelt Dime, how it was discovered and by whom, the graded population, an estimation of how many are still out there to be found, and my complete analysis of this coin's value in the marketplace with pricing and trend charts. So stay tuned. Now, before we jump into all the details on this 1982 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark, let's touch on some key information about Roosevelt himself that makes this coin significant. The Roosevelt Dime was made to honor the presidency of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt took office in 1933 and served 4 terms as president. He is the only president to ever serve more than 2 terms. He became ill in 1944 with multiple issues and died shortly after in April of 1945. He had also been suffering from polio since 1921. In 1938, Roosevelt founded the March of Dimes, which was originally started to combat polio. Today, the March of Dimes has expanded their focus to also include prevention of birth defects and infant mortality. Being that Roosevelt founded the March of Dimes, it was only fitting that the country honor his presidency by putting him on a dime. Roosevelt dimes began being minted in 1946. 1 year after FDR's passing, and of course, they are still being minted today. Now that you know some of the history of FDR, let's jump into what makes this coin so rare. In 1982, the Philadelphia Mint accidentally produced a small number of dimes with no mint mark. They were supposed to be minted with a P from the Philadelphia Mint. It's reported that an employee failed to add the mint mark onto the obverse die, not once, but twice. Now there are 2 versions of this coin, a strong strike and a weak strike. The weak strike is worth slightly less than the strong strike. That means there were 2 different dies without P mint mark. In 1982, it's estimated that each die was capable of striking an estimated 75,000 coins before needing to be replaced. That would mean there could be up to 150,000 of these coins struck, 75,000 weak struck coins, and 75,000 strong struck coins. In 1982, there were 519,475,000 Roosevelt dimes minted, with an estimated 150,000 potentially missing the P mint mark, making this a pretty rare coin. It is believed that there are still many of these coins in circulation today. The 1982 no mint mark dime was originally discovered in December of 1982. Most of the coins were originally found in Sandusky, Ohio, where approximately 8,000 to 10,000 no mint mark dimes were reportedly found. In addition, many more were handed out at the local Cedar Point amusement park as change, and additional coins have been found around the same area. Now, we can't discuss this coin without mentioning Clyde Engelhardt. He has been a full-time coin collector since 1960 in Toledo, Ohio. He single-handedly purchased over 1,500 examples of the 1982 no mint mark dimes. He bought many from local dealers in large quantities, including bank tellers. Now, let's discuss the graded population. With an estimated 150,000 of these coins potentially minted with no mint mark, let's take a look at the NGC and PCGS graded population. PCGS has graded an estimated 2,354 coins as of this video. Only 1 from PCGS has been graded as an MS68. 86 have been graded as an MS67, and 7 as an MS66 Plus, and 586 as an MS66. NGC has graded an estimated 601, and none of them have been graded as an MS68. There are 41 graded as an MS67 and 129 as an MS66, meaning the top pop for this coin is an MS68 and none finer. This also means there have been 2,854 coins graded from PCGS and NGC, while Clyde, in his possession, has some 1,500 coins or more. That means of the 150,000 potentially minted dimes with no mint mark, only 4,455 are known to exist. Of course, we can assume many are probably in personal collections or are being sold ungraded because the condition doesn't warrant submitting them to be graded. But still, there are many out there to be found. Now it's time to get down to the brass tacks and discuss the value of this coin. But before we do that, if you've watched the video to this point, you must be enjoying the information so far. So please like and subscribe. Before I go into my price analysis for this coin, let's get a disclaimer out of the way. This is in no way financial or investment advice. This is simply for information and educational purposes only. Now, when I am looking to add a coin to my collection, I always do this analysis so I can be informed of the price action taking place in the market. Is it perfect? No. However, it gives me a great indication of overall market pricing and gives me an idea of what I can expect to pay for the coin. Another disclaimer. There are many factors that impact pricing on a coin, even within the same grade. One MS67 may have more eye appeal than another coin also graded MS67, and therefore may command a higher price in the market. So look at this data as directionally accurate, but not perfect. Furthermore, always grade the coin, not the holder. First up, let's quickly get the top pop MS68 coin out of the way. The only graded MS68 coin sold in 2004 for $2,185. You can pretty much guarantee that if that coin were to become available today, assuming it's still the only graded MS68, it would sell for a lot more than it did in 2004. Now let's get into my analysis of the MS67, MS66, and MS65. I've been doing chart analysis for over 20 years. This makes it really easy for me to spot trends and patterns. Essentially, I create a stock chart like you'd see in the stock market for publicly traded companies. To create these, I use data from previous auction sales and previous eBay sales. This first chart is a 10-year analysis of all sold 1982 no mint mark Roosevelt Dimes graded as an MS67. There have been 25 sales over the last 10 years. The highest sale price being $881 in December of 2014, with the lowest sale price of $400 in March of 2017. I also drew a price trend over the last 10 years. The price has declined from $640 to $600. But before we make any assumptions, let's take a closer look at what has happened over the last 5 years. Now, of these 25 sales previously mentioned, 8 of them sold in the last 5 years. The lowest sale price was $500 in December of 2020, and the highest sale price in the last 5 years was $770 in February of 2021. The chart shows a price trend from $575 5 years ago to $720 in today's value. Now, let's discuss how I would use this data if I were in the market to purchase one of these. The first thing I notice is these don't come up for sale very often. On average, only 1 or 2 are sold each year. The second thing I notice is the price looks like it's trending up a little bit. The third thing I notice is the trend is higher than the previous 2 sales, which means you still may be able to find a good deal. If I were in the market for this coin, I would be trying to purchase below the trend line and as close to the most recent sales as possible. Now, remember, this is not financial or investment advice. This is for information and educational purposes only. Let's now take a closer look at the grade MS66 for this coin. I have done the same analysis as I did for the MS67. There were a total of 109 sales in MS66 condition over the last 10 years. In August of 2013, the highest price for this grade sold for $589, with the lowest price having sold in May of 2014 for the low price of $201. The price trend shows only a $20 increase in the last 10 years, going from $310 to $330 for this time period. Let's take a look at the 5-year chart. There were 56 total sales over the time period. The highest price MS66 sold for $480 in January of 2019, and the lowest price MS66 sold in September of 2022 for $225. The price trend shows a decrease over the last 5 years from $345 down to $330 today. Last but not least, let's discuss the MS65. There have been 128 sales of the 1982 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark in the last 10 years. The highest price was $370, and that sold in February of 2018. The lowest price was $175, and there were 2 sales at that price. One that sold in July of 2014, and another one sold in April of 2019. Looking at the trend line, the price has decreased $5 over the last 10 years, essentially holding its value. Now, let's take a closer look at the 5-year chart. There have been 76 sales over the last 5 years. The highest sale price was in March of 2022 in the amount of $350, and the lowest price was $175 in April of 2019. The price trend shows a decrease in the last 5 years from $270 down to $215. You will notice that recently, since October of 2022, there have been a lot of sales of MS67 graded coins, and the majority of them have sold for under $225. This is what appears to be bringing the price down on the price trend. This is my typical analysis when I'm looking at a particular coin I want to invest in. I treat each coin in a specific grade like it's a stock that I want to buy. Just because the price appears to be trending down doesn't mean I won't invest in the coin. There could be many reasons why someone would want to buy a specific coin, and sometimes the price trend just doesn't matter. If price is trending down on a coin that I really want to add to my collection, I would try and figure out why the price is declining. Maybe a hoard was found recently and the population in a specific grade has increased significantly, or maybe it's just a market overcorrection, or the coins being sold are graded higher or lower than they should be. Remember, grade the coin, not the holder. Just like any market, there are highs and lows, and understanding where the price is trending will help you make an informed decision. After all, you generally make money when you buy, not when you sell. The 1982 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark is a significant and exciting coin for many collectors. I personally can't wait to see what happens with Clyde's 1,500 plus coins, and I hope eventually we find out how many there really are with no mint mark. Simply because of its story and history, it's a coin that I will be adding to my personal collection. As a reminder, this video is created for information and educational purposes only and is not intended to be used for financial or investment advice. If there is a coin you would like me to do a complete price breakdown on, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more great content. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.